Well, hello there. It's time for another episode in our Dungeon Saga Origins campaign of painting all the miniatures. Now, today we are back onto the heroes and we are painting Rordin. Now, I'll give you a little 360. What I've done, I've already added some sand and shells to the base. And I've given the whole miniature a primer coat of pure white by MSP Paints. Absolutely beautiful looking miniature. I'm going to have a lot of fun today doing this one. Paints to use today, we've got some solid black by MSP Paints. We have some warrior flesh by MSP Paints. For the flesh, of course, we are using some pirate gold. We have ultramarine blue. And of course we have our rainy grey for the base. And for the beard, we're going for fireball orange. And the rest, all the armour on the miniature, we're going to paint in shadow silver. So what I'll do now is I will block in all the colours using these paints I've just shown you. And I will come back once I've added all those colours. And then we can start highlighting the colours and go into the exciting parts to bring this miniature to life for your games. All the colours have been added now. We've got the blues and the shadow silver, the greys, and we've got our beautiful beard glowing away there. So the beard looks very, very nice. What we're going to do now is we're going to add the ink washes, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add Nun Oil from Games Workshop to all the miniature apart from the beard and the face. So every other part of this miniature will have a black ink wash. I'm going to do that now. What I like to do as well is I like to keep some of these little cotton buds handy. So if you've got any pooling of the ink wash, you can actually just use that to get rid of it. It's very simple. So what we're going to do, straight over all the miniature, trying to not get any on the beard. This black ink wash will bring out all the details, and the blue area with the quilted patchwork, that'll come out nicely as well. So it's just going around all the mini. I'm trying to make these videos as simple as possible, because we're looking for a tabletop miniature that we can put in our games, nice and fast and easy. But also so the miniature actually looks nice as well. I mean, the key to painting miniatures in my book is get a good fast paint done so you can get all your miniatures done for gaming, but also keep it so they're at an acceptable level that they look good on the tabletop. And if I can do that, then I'm a very happy bunny. And many of you have got in touch with me saying thanks so much for my tutorials, making it simple that a normal human being can do what I can do, because so many people get put off by the showcase painting quality, which is fantastic, don't get me wrong. We all would love to paint all our miniatures to a showcase standard, but life isn't that long. And if you like me and collect Mantic games and Reaper miniatures, you could have thousands and thousands of miniatures that you want to paint quickly, so you can actually use them in your game. If you stick to showcase quality, you're never going to get all your armies done, not unless you're some kind of miracle worker anyway. So what I'm trying to do is show you a fast and easy way to paint your miniatures, which of course will look nice on your tabletop once they're done. Okay, so that's the ink wash done. I shall come back in 5 minutes once that's dry, and what we're going to do is we're going to use our Army Painter Flesh Wash and go over the face and the beard. So I'll do that as well when it's dry, and then I'll come back and we'll start highlighting this miniature. Okay, so all the ink washes are dry, and as you can see, the beard looks really nice. What we've done there, that's just Army Painter Flesh Wash, and it's gone into the recesses, and because it's a light brown ink wash, it actually looks really nice in the recesses of this beard and highlights the beard very well. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get the hard part done so we can enjoy the rest of the miniature. So we're going to do the eyes. I'm using my 20 brush by Reaper Miniatures, and I'm just going to add some little white dots to each side of the eye. just a little almond shape as always. One there, and one just in here. Just like so. So we've got the two whites of the eyes there. Now all we're going to do, quickly wash my brush. And we got some black, got some jet black, and we're going to use those as the dots in our little eyes. Like I say, because it's such a small amount of paint, it practically dries instantly. And all we're going to do is we're going to add some black to the eye. Now I'm going to keep this to the bottom of the eye. There we are. So he's kind of just looking over his beard. And we'll do the same on the other side. Center of the eye, bottom center, like so. And there's our little eyes done. Very, very simple. Very happy little dwarf. Okay, let's move on. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to use some silver, just plain silver, and then we're going to start highlighting all the armor using just a silver from MSP Paints here. So we've got the dark silver on our miniature with the black ink wash. So what we're going to do now is start highlighting the areas with this light. So this is just silver, so it's a much lighter silver. And what we're going to do is areas where the light source will be shining down, we're just going to add a nice little line, and we'll start edging the armor. So we're going along all the edges with our silver, like on the top here and here. It's just a very, very fine line over all the top edges of our miniature, just like so. Don't need too much, but just enough to give a reflection of light. So all the areas where the light is shining directly down, we're going to add a little bit of this silver, and it just really works well. In fact, we can see where the light is shining on the metal from my light source above. So what we're doing is we're using it as like a paint by numbers. Anywhere you can see the light reflecting off the metal, we're just giving a little line of paint, just to give a nice little edge. And the same here on the hammer. We just want to do the edges, just add a little bit of metal edge. There we are. We want to keep the bottom of the miniature dark, so it's all the just top edges along the armor. Just add a little bit of edging. So that's all our areas done that we want to add the metal, and just give it a little light source. A little bit on top there. There we go. That's wonderful. Okay, all we need to do now is paint in the gold. So let's paint in the gold. Right, we have a nice pirate gold, and we're going to start adding this to all our areas. Now on the chest plate here, I'm using a fine brush, and what we're doing, because we've got the black ink wash on the miniature, it's really made it a lot easier to see what we're doing. So all we're doing is very carefully, as delicate as we can be, is we're going to add our little gold to all the areas around the chest plate and his hammer. So very carefully, nice and slow, take your time. This is the final part of the miniature, so these are the parts we have to really take a little bit extra time on, because they make the miniature look very, very nice, and they're also very difficult to do. But if you get it right, you can end up with a very nice looking miniature. Okay, so that's perfect for me there at the front there. That's his chest done. And I see on the back there we've got the same, so we do the same on the back. Got this little thing just there. Now for doing lines, what I do is I will take a deep breath and I will hold my breath to steady my hand. While I'm talking, of course I'm not doing that, but normally I would just hold my breath a little bit, and the same for when you're doing eyes. So if you want to do a straight line or do these areas without getting too over the edges, just hold your breath while you actually add the paint to these lines. It gives you a much more steady hand. Okay, so this area here. Now once the gold's dry, you can actually make the gold aged by adding a brown ink wash over your gold. So that works very, very well. Right, there's a little line across here. What you can do for some areas is we use the side of the brush. See that there? We can just use the side of the brush and just go along with the side of the brush, and you get a perfect line without making a mess on the rest of the miniature. So again, very simple. You're using the side, a 45-degree angle on your brush, and you can just quickly go along and edge that line. It's much easier than going in like this. So if you use the edge of your brush on lines like this, perfect. And of course we're done. And very, very simple and fast. Okay, so that's about all I want to do on this miniature. I'm going to finish him off, and what we're going to do, I'll give you a 360. So I really do hope you are enjoying this mini series of me painting the Dungeon Saga Origins. And let's see, we shall be doing next week's miniature. So next week's miniature, we've done Madrigal, we've done Daenor, we've done Olaf. Let's go for this one, for the next one. This is Melissa Padfoot. So this will be done in the next week. So, love to every single one of you, and I'll see you next time.